everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I'm here because I'm starting a new journal. It's a journal for my sister and her friend. They are taking a trip to Iceland this summer, and my sister asked me if I would put together just a small kind of slip in your purse type travel journal. She didn't want the TN size, the long one. She asked me to do a 5x7. So I kind of thought it would be nice. Excuse me. She didn't feel like they would really be journaling a lot in it and whatever, but maybe just make some notes of different things. So I thought an envelope journal would be perfect. I have 5x7 envelopes. They're actually 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And I thought I could just put together, they're going to be gone 10 days. So I thought I could put together a little envelope journal. That way I could put a picture or something here and they would have a place to journal and a tuck spot for any mementos if they get any little tickets or anything little extra they want to stick in there. They could also take a piece of paper and stick it in there. I might do that, put some coffee dyed paper in each pocket so that if they want to journal on that, they can do that. But they can tuck any, if they take pictures with their phones or whatever and they want to go home and print them out, they can stick their pictures in there as well. So that's my thought. I'm not sure if I want to do a separate cover or not. So with that in mind, I'm going to put it together like I normally would put together a journal, and I'm going to hold off doing the cover, which what I decided to do was like this would be the cover of it. This one is too big, so this would be the cover like this. Okay, but I don't know that I want to put it on the outside of the envelope yet. So I'm going to put that one aside. I might cut it down. But what I did is I took some papers from Louisa Heinzel's Color Pendium. And I've got some shadows here. Should I turn the light on? Let me see. Okay, I don't know if that's going to help with the shadows. It looks like I still have some. But anyways, so I took some of the papers from Louisa Heinzel's Color Pendium. And because the flag of Iceland is red, white, and blue, I thought I would do the backgrounds kind of cream, blues, reds, and kind of keep it in line with what their flag is. So I picked out a couple of blue papers, and then I picked out some pictures. These are watercolor pictures of Iceland, and I inset them, and I thought they could go on a page like this. So my thought was I would put a picture on here, and then this side would be journaling, this would be just pictures. They're not even really sure all of the activities they're going to do or any tours that they're going to do yet. They're still in the planning process, but my sister wanted me to get this done. So I thought it really doesn't matter if they don't visit these places. These are pretty representative of the landscape of Iceland that I'm going to do. So I think it doesn't matter, nor what order I put them in. The one thing I did know is that I didn't want to put like all the blues together, all the creams together, all the reds together. So these were my trial pieces, okay, that I started with. We want to cut this one down as well. And then I will print some on some red backgrounds, some pictures, and we'll put them in. But for now, I want to go ahead and get these envelopes kind of glued together. I also don't know if I want to add any paper, but with that in mind, I'm going to show you how, if you know how to do an envelope journal, just kind of bear with me here, but if you don't, this is a good, I'm going to pull these out, okay? I kind of put them in there to see how many would fit. So basically what I've done is this is an envelope and this is an envelope, okay? And I took this envelope and I turned the flap backwards because of this. where you lick it or whatever. And I stuck that in there like so. Okay, and then you can flip that and take another envelope with the flap turned back and slip it in there. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to put a few together so you can see how that works. So with that in mind, we want to glue this side, the side that has the sticky stuff, right? Okay. Now this gets kind of tricky. You have to slip this in there and not glue it down. Like, get it in there before it sticks. Okay. And if you use a glue stick, you should be able to kind of slide it in there. Okay, it's in pretty good. Okay, then the next envelope, see if I can make it glue in any easier. I'm thinking that maybe what I want to do here is put it in this way, where I can see where the glue is. So let's try that, see if that's any easier. I don't know. So then this would then slide in here. Oh, so it would have to still go upside down. Okay. Oh, well, Tommy, nice try. See if we can get it in before it sticks too much. If I put my hand in there and it's on the back of my hand. And that keeps it up and away from everything. Wonder if I put something in there, if it would hold it up off. If I put like a ruler in here, if it would hold it up off the other envelope till I could get it slid in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. That might be the key that might just be the key. Okay, let's see what we got. So there's our first page, there's our second page. We need our third page to go in here. So let's try one more time. If we can make that any easier by I'm just like moving the ruler across to unstick it if it's starting to stick. While I slide it down. Okay, I think we got it. That is a lot easier by just moving that ruler around in there, and yeah, I think that'll do it. I think that's the way we have to do it. So I do know this is the flap of the first envelope right here. And normally when you make an envelope journal, you would keep adding your things and then you wrap this around and that creates the journal. But I don't know if I want to add a separate front page or not. And normally, since this is pretty representative of the capital of Iceland, I would put this on as the first page, but I don't know that this isn't going to be the cover. So I need to make a decision, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and put all the envelopes together first, and then maybe by then I'll have thought about what I want to do for a cover, if I want to just make it out of envelopes or if I want to add a separate cover, and then we will come back. Okay, I'm back. I printed out more of the pictures that I wanted to put in this journal, and I got them all glued together, and I started to distress them because I knew I wanted to do that, and I had picked faded jeans, and the reason I picked that was what I did is I printed out these to fit a 5x7, all these pictures, okay? The background papers are from, like I said, Louisa Heinzel's Color Pendium. The blues, however, that I picked for this are from her denim ink colors. Faded denim or something. Faded denim. I think it's faded denim or something. So the blue, all the blues that I picked are from there. These background colors. So because they're from the denim, I've picked faded jeans because it matches the best, I think, of all of them. And I didn't want to do it like a vintagey. I wanted to do it a little bit more up to date. So that's what I'm doing, and I did quite a few of the pages already. I'm thinking I might want to add another page, I'm not sure. But I thought I would bring you along and show you how I'm inking real quick, now that I've got it all together. So basically, I just have this blank piece of paper, And I'm just inking like this. Knowing that my pictures are going to go on my pictures will go on here like this. So they go right inside the envelope edge. And I thought that would be pretty. Northern Lights. And then when I turn it over, because this is the envelope side, I take this paper and slip it right inside. That way, I can just go along here like this, and I'm not getting any ink on the inside of the envelope. Okay, so that's basically what I'm doing. And then I try to kind of bend that in half and get that edge. And I remember I said I was going to go and do a few things, get them glued together, and then make a decision about whether I want to add a different cover. I haven't decided that yet. So what I thought we would do is go ahead and just start adding our... Okay, so this is the first page. So I want to leave this one blank because I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. If I want to put this on it or make a cover, but I'm going to leave it blank. And that's why I'm thinking I might have to do another envelope. I ripped these pages, so I'm going to go ahead and distress them, even the red ones, in blue. That way it'll kind of match the background. So that's cool. Okay, so this is the first page I want to put in, because I think this is in the actual capital city, which is where they're landing. So I want to put that one in first. And I believe I can just use my glue stick. So make sure I'm on camera here. And we'll put a couple of these in and see what we think. So basically what will happen is as they flip through, they'll have a page or two for each that go with each picture. So if they take a picture in front of this, they can either stick it right in here, put the picture on top of this, well, wherever they want, put it over here. But I think I'm going to add paper to this. I was kind of thinking of pulling this apart and adding, but I'm not sure how I want to go about that. So I want to do that. I want to put the next picture here, and I decided to go blue, red, beige, blue, red, beige. So, or maybe I'll do blue, beige, red. What do you think? Blue, beige, because this is a city. Yeah, let's do that. Blue, beige, and red. And like I said, when I started this, I have no idea exactly what their itinerary is or what they're gonna see. I know that Tracy said Holly's just keeps adding all the things she wants to do. you know, Tracy's working, Holly's retired. Holly's Tracy's like ex-boss. She was her friend and boss, and they have been friends for years. Holly's retired, so she has all kinds of time to plan stuff and think about this. And so Tracy's just cracking up by how excited she is. So I'm so glad they get to go. Okay, so we've got blue background, beige background. We want to do a red background. Thinking we might do this one. So what they can do is they can, if any of these are pictures that of places that they go to see or visit, or tour or anything like that, then they could just skip to that page and date it and write about, you know, what they did or something. I thought that would just be very cool. Sorry, I have kind of a froggy voice this morning. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so then we're on to blue. Let's do this one. I really love this background paper a lot. And I did bring them into Photoshop, so I had this paper in Photoshop and I placed these other pictures on it and put a little border around them. I could have just printed this whole paper, printed these pictures out, cut them out and glued them on, but I thought if I have the ability to put them in there, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that's what I did. Okay, so we want beige. I did go through some, I don't know if any of you guys go on to, I think it's Splash or Pixabay, mostly Splash. Splash is pictures that people have taken, and I put in Iceland to see what was the majority of places that people went or pictures that they want, you know, that they took, so that I could maybe use those pictures in here. And I think I picked a good representation of the majority of pictures that people took, places that they went. So we've got blue, beige. We want red next. Let me see which red one. The last red one I used was this one that's like kind of crackled, so I want to pick a different one. So we want this one or this one. And I think let's do these. They're so cute. Absolutely adorable. Puffins. A lot of people took pictures of the puffins, and they are so cute. They're really small. I know I was very surprised. This is funny. I was very surprised when we went to the zoo that had penguins and how small they were. I don't know what I thought. I just remember thinking that they were much smaller than I had originally thought. And these puffins are very small as well. Very cute, but very small. Okay, what comes after red? Blue. Let's do this blue or this blue. Which one do we want? Oh, the Northern Lights. Let's do this one next. Or wait. Yeah, let's do that one next. And I don't know, you know, sometimes you go into little gift shops and stuff, and you find little bitty souvenirs. I don't know if they want to put stickers in here or whatever they want to do. I don't, you know, I have no idea. Okay, blue. What comes after blue? Beige. Do we have another beige? We do. Actually, I have this blue one as well. It's got beige on it, but let's do this one. And I didn't distress all of the edges of these pages. Oh no, I'll have to get that off. I just did some, so I may need to go back through and distress them. I think we can peel this off where it's stuck on there. This is a glue eraser, so I'm thinking it'll just peel that right up. Yep, perfect. Love it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to add some pages because I got way too many pictures. Okay, there's beige. And then we want red again. So what was the last red one? We used that. So we can use the crackle one. That's this one. I'm going to turn this baby over. They're going the beginning of August. I think she said like the 2nd through the 11th or something. And I know that my grandson, when he went over on one of his trips to Europe, I think when he went to do the parkour camp, over Switzerland, Germany, over in there, he had a layover in Iceland, and he was saying how in the capital city, and he said how beautiful it was. He loved it there. So we need a blue, and I'm thinking I kind of like this blue here. And we're gonna have to add some pages because I have two more pictures that I would like to put in here. So, let me see what this blue one is. Oh, this blue one is the Northern Lights, so I definitely want to get that in there. Let's do that one next. But I think this one needs to be distressed for sure. Ooh, put it right side up, Tommy. Put it right side up. Okay, so that's the last one I have an envelope for. And I have 2 more pictures left and the cover. So I have this picture left, the cover. And if we flip through it, each one has its own page with an envelope. I love it. Blue. So we need 2 more envelopes, which I can do, no problemo. And we'll put these in, and then we will figure out what we're going to do for a cover. And I think I just want to add some paper in here. thinking, like, I could actually just add, like, thinking I could hinge paper into here, like a piece of paper that folds over. So if I hinged a piece like that, okay, then that would give them, I mean, literally, I can fold that up. That would give them this hinged paper plus a pocket. And if I did that every couple of pages, they would have plenty of room to write in here, right? That's what I'm thinking. I don't know about... Yeah, I don't know if I want to add it in that way. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more envelopes and add our other pictures, and then I will be back. I'm really kind of struggling a little bit with this little journal I'm making. So I'm taking baby steps. Holly and Tracy's trip isn't until the beginning of August, so I do have a little bit of time. And one of the things I did, I showed Tracy what I had done so far, and she really liked it, but she had a few ideas that she wanted to include in it. And one of them is that her friend Holly messages her, texts her all the time with all these ideas she wants to do on this trip, and just back and forth, and her mind changes a lot and whatever. So Tracy said, I would like to include a pull-out sheet of all, you know, or most of the text messages that I've gotten from her. She goes, I just think it would be funny, and she wanted that at the beginning of the book. So I got all of our pictures glued down, okay? And then I put this sheet in the beginning, thinking that I would put this on as their cover. And in thinking about that, I can still do that. I can still do, like, I could do a flip out here with, you know, a flip out here with all the text messages or whatever, and it can fold back in or whatever, something like that. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and get this cover on so that I don't lose control of what I'm doing here. So I just want to glue this down to this coffee dyed sheet of paper. And I think we can do that with a glue stick. And I got a new glue stick, so we should be good to go. And then one of the things that I told Tracy, oh, it's early in the morning here, so it's kind of dark. Let me turn the light on. Hold on. Okay, I don't know how this is showing up for you, but it's pretty dark in here. Anyways, one of the things I was telling Tracy is I want to put some sort of a binding, like a spine on here, and I think I'd like to make it red, white, and blue. So I was thinking, since I'm all into using my Copic markers to color fabric, that maybe I would make a fabric binding and color red, white, and blue on there. I'm not sure. Or I could always use the Tyvek from the U.S. Postal Service, which is red, white, and blue if there's a design on there. I'm not sure. So now we want to go ahead and glue this down to the sheet. And to do that, I want to open this up and lay it flat like this. So I notice that I overhang a little bit when I do that. So because it goes a little bit out onto the spine area. So I'm thinking I might want to snip off a little bit of this. I'm going to trim this just a hair right here. Take a little tiny bit off of there. That seems to be better. So, yep, I should be able to go right to the edge there. I think that'll be perfect. So I'm going to use this liquid glue here. And I want to use a paintbrush. One of my silicone brushes, just to make sure that I get the glue all the way to the edges. Because that, to me, that's going to be the most important thing so that this book stays together well, is to have glue all the way to the edges. Okay. And I want to match up this side. Oh, I love it. And then I'm going to just trim this top off a hair. Let me get some scissors here. These I don't care if they cut into glue, so. Okay, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to call this a video for now. I really have some more thought to put into this. And I think what I might do is I'm going to try and figure out what to do with the spine. This, I'm not sure if I want to put this right over this envelope piece here, or if I want to create a back cover and put this inside the back cover like this. I'm not sure. Anyways, I will figure that out, and I will be back in the next video. So thank you for watching. Thank you to my subscribers, past, present, and future. And if you can, please give us a thumbs up, a like. I'd appreciate it.